Hello everyone and welcome back to another Football Manager 2018 Manchester United Legends episode. As we get into the month of December, we've gone forward a really long time since the last episode. So when we left off last time, where even were we? It was some time ago. I think it was the City and Juve games that we left off. I have played on for quite some time because we didn't really play that many good teams between then and now. So we started off with a 2-1 win over West Brom. It was a late Mark Hughes goal there. He came on as a substitute for Dennis Law, who picked up another little knock. But he did get the late goal for us, which is what mattered. And then against Aston Villa, again, Mark Hughes with another late goal. Dennis Law chipping in on his return from injury. We then had a shock 2-0 defeat. I had completely flipped over our team from the previous game, and it was Luis Figo who scored the first one. Peiratio scored the second, and that condemned us to defeat. None of my substitutions making any difference. Bobby Charlton scored again against Nottingham Forest as we got an away win there. And then Derby County, George Best popped up with 4 goals in one game to dispatch with Derby really comfortably. A very easy win there really. And then against Wolves we had another fantastic performance. Giggs with 2, Law with 2, Best with 2. So Best had 6 goals across those 2 games. We did concede 2 late goals, which was a little bit annoying. We were already 8-1 up by that point, but then we conceded 2 rather silly goals to make it 8-3. Against Rapid Vienna, we made sure of our place in the, or at the top of the group. Dennis Law picking up a hat-trick there. George Best with another one, taking him to, I mean, what even is that now? That's 7 in 3 games. And then Stoke, we won 3-1 again, another one for Dennis Law. Stoke went down to 10 men, we already had the lead, and then we managed to make it 2-0, 2-1, and then 3-1, Andy Cole scoring late on, squeezing one in at the near post. Against Southampton, Bobby Charlton made one of the best hat-tricks I think I've ever seen. He scored the first just inside the area, really comfortable goal. The 27th minute one though, the ball was behind him, he had his back to goal, he spun round and shot it from 30 odd yards into the top corner, an absolute screamer. And then for his hat-trick goal in the 87th minute, ball just laid off to him, edge of the area, and he blasted it in to the top corner again. So 3-1 win there over Southampton. Against Chelsea, we were winning this game really comfortably, but then in the 92nd minute from a corner, Bobby Tambling was able to just bundle the ball over the line and make it 1-1 in really frustrating circumstances. But it does mean that we're sitting right at the top of the league now, 7 points clear of Stoke, even after that Chelsea draw. Chelsea way down the table as well. Interesting top of the table, it has to be said. But I'm feeling pretty confident about our chances of winning the league this season after this fantastic run of form in the league. Given we had struggled a little bit before that, we really came through and started to deliver some excellent performances. And now today we're going to take on Aston Villa in the League Cup quarter-final and Liverpool at home. That's going to be a massive game. And then we'll probably skip through these matches up until the Arsenal and Spurs games, which will be another double header in the next episode. So do drop a like on the video if you're enjoying this series. Apologies it was such a long run between games, but I thought let's try and focus on the big matches instead. Make sure you do subscribe though, so you see these games today, but you also get to see the Arsenal and Spurs games that are still to come. So a lot to look at there. It is worth just taking a quick look at our squad, which is absolutely unbelievable. Top goal scorer Dennis Law, he's got 20 goals in 20 appearances with 6 assists. George Best next with 15 goals, 12 for Bobby Charlton. Ryan Giggs though, 22 assists and 10 goals. He is the real MVP of this squad. Been absolutely sensational. You can see his stats there. 18 years old as well. He's going to get much better. Bobby Charlton, of course, also doing well. 22 years old, one of the older players in the team, but loving that central attacking midfield role that he's got. George Best, of course, we all know, 20 dribbling as well, 16 finishing, 18 first touch. He is unbelievably good. And then Dennis Law up front, a goal every game at the moment, and I'm sure that's going to continue with a 19 finishing trait. He's 21 years old as well, which is why these players are doing well. They're closer to sort of 21, 22 than they are to 18. Andy Cole and Mark Hughes down there as well, getting goals as well. But overall, this team has been unbelievable. So let's get into this game with Aston Villa. You can see we've got Dennis Law up front, Giggs, Charlton, Best across the attacking midfield. They are my preferred 4 really. Edwards and Scholes doing well in central midfield, so they continue. Irwin is in at left back for to replace an injury. Then we got Yapstam, Rio Ferdinand and Carey across the rest of the defence with Schmeichel in goal. We're up against a difficult Aston Villa team today. They've got Hitchens and Walker up top, with McParland, Mortimer, Cohen and Green across midfield. And then it's Staunton, Evans, McGrath and Williams in defence with Spink in goal. This is a very, very strong Aston Villa team. Of course, they did win the European Cup not too long ago, actually, and most of these legends coming out from around that time. So I'm expecting a difficult game today. We should be getting through reasonably comfortably. I mean, this is just a League Cup. It's not the end of the world if we lose. But Aston Villa, we've already beaten them just a few weeks ago. We need to do it again now. Walker with a free kick. Tries to go short, but Dennis Law has stolen that. He then plays it down the line. George Best, he loves these positions. Got 2 defenders to beat. Takes it out wide. 3, 4 in the box. 5 now. Charlton at the back stick hits the crossbar with his header, and it was so close to a 1-0 lead. Dennis Law down to Charlton. He's got Giggs out wide, and he's picked him out. Best at the far post. Pulls it back. He's trying to find Best, and the ball has gone in the back of the net, but it's an own goal. I think McParland smacked the ball against Evans and it did go into the back of the net, but Giggs' dangerous ball there making the chance, and we did get that bit of luck. Stam forward to Giggs. Got players around him. He's lost possession though. Stam forward to Edwards. Does have quite a few players there. Irwin over the top for Giggs. He's got 2 in the box to aim at. He's got Best at the back stick, and this time he does find Best. It is 2-0. Another assist for Ryan Giggs and another goal for George Best. Stam over to Irwin. Now it's Ryan Giggs on the left. Just holds up the ball. Plays it back to Scholes. Charlton over the top. Given away though. Ball comes to Irwin anyway. Now Giggs. Irwin making a run. Giggs puts it in. Best gets control of it. Holds it up. Puts it in. And Law has missed the target. Very unlike him. Ryan Giggs. Back to Charlton. He's been quiet today. Law. Pushes it in for George Best. Great angle, and he finds the top corner there so coolly for 3-0. It's not even half time, but we're definitely going to the semi-finals of this competition. Giggs wins the ball here down the left flank. He's got in a good position here. Puts it in at the byline. Law is in there. It comes out to Giggs once more. He might go himself. He pulls it back to Charlton. Now George Best gets another hat-trick. 4-0 now, and George Best is absolutely tearing apart English football. McParland trying to bring it forward for Aston Villa. Beats the defender. Got some in the box here, including Hitchens, and Hitchens does manage to bury that in the bottom corner. We've given up the clean sheet a bit cheaply. Green attacking down the right. Aston Villa putting up a fight back, but they've given the ball away. Now Charlton. Forward to Giggs. Law goes for the opposite side. Best is in again, and Best scores again. 4 goals again for George Best. He just cannot stop scoring. Ferdinand plays the ball forward towards Charlton, giving up a bit easily. Now McParland trying to attack down the left flank. Got a lot of space there, and Hitchens is in for another goal. We just seem to switch off at the start and end of just about every game. Mortimer tried to pick out Hitchens but didn't make it. Schmeichel hits the ball forward. Law down to Charlton. Over the top for Best. A beautiful ball. He's in on goal again, but this time Spink does save it. Mortimer with a free kick into the middle, and it's gone in again. 5-3 now. It's an own goal from Dennis Irwin of all people. There's only 2 goals in it now. We were absolutely cruising, but it's not the case anymore. Should still see this one out, but what a disappointing end to that game. Definitely going to finish 5-3. George Best again getting all of the goals. Cole here with a chance, tries to play it in behind, but is cut out by the Villa defence. Cahill back to Spink. Ball forward. McParland. Maybe they'll get another one here. He's caused us all kinds of problems down that left flank. Here's Platt. Back to Mortimer. Into the middle for Hitchens on a hat-trick. Green tries to get the ball in, but an easy save for Schmeichel, and that is the full-time whistle. 5-3. We got the win. We're into the semi-final. That's all that matters. I'm going to tell the team it was a good win. But a little bit hairy at the end there. I'm not happy with our defending. I mean, look at that. We were 4-0 up, then it went back to 4-1, 5-1, and then 5-3 finish is not really good enough. There's a lot of high-scoring games, though, in this league, it has to be said, because there are so many great players in every single team. The attacking players tend to win out in that situation, and they certainly are up to now. We've got 28 positive goal difference, but we've still got a 7-point lead in the league. Which we will be able to make the most of, but I can see a lot of our players getting an awful lot of goals this season. Well, it's time for the last game before Christmas. It's at home against our rivals, Liverpool. We've got pretty much our established 11 going out there with Law up front, Giggs, Charlton and Best in midfield, Edwards and Scholes just behind them as well. Byrne, Ferdinand, Stam and Carey across the back four with Schmeichel in goal. This is my best 11, I'm definitely sure of that, but our bench is not half bad. And I'm expecting us to get a win today, if not a few goals alongside it. You can see Liverpool putting out a very strong team. They've got Liddell and Keegan both up front. Michael Owen on the bench as well. Robbie Fowler on the bench. Dalglish on the bench. Barnes, Souness, Gerrard and Callaghan in midfield with Hughes, Hippier, Hansen and Neil across the back four. Ray Clements in goal. They've got Grobbelaar on the bench. They've got Mark Lawrenson on the bench. Carragher, McManaman. I mean, this is an incredible Liverpool team. It was a toss-up between whether I wanted to manage Manchester United or Liverpool. I'm glad I chose Manchester United because I prefer their legends, I think, over the Liverpool legends. And we'll see today which team is the better team. Corner from Charlton. First chance of the match. It's cleared out by Hippier. Not clearing the first defender, Charlton, but he gets another chance here. Drills it across, and Giggs is in there. It took 2 bites of the cherry, but Ryan Giggs did manage to finish the chance created by Bobby Charlton, and we have the lead very early on. Giggs through the free kick. Great position. It's just over the bar. Charlton trying to run around the midfield, which he is doing. He's taking it all the way to the right flank, puts it in, but it's an easy catch for Ray Clements in goal. He'll be able to just boot this one down the pitch, which he does. Liddell takes control. John Barnes trying to go down the left side. Plays it in behind for Liddell. He's in a great position. And Schmeichel with a very strong save. Stam down the line for George Best. Great position for him. Holds it up at the corner flag. It's put in, but Scholes is on the edge of the area. He might lay it off. He tried to go across the flank, but couldn't pick them out. Here's Scholes again. Plays it into Dennis Law. And it's run for George Best. And what a save that is from Clements. Giggs countering from that Barnes chance. He's got players across. He finds George Best. I wasn't expecting anything to come from that. I thought the Barnes chance was the highlight, but instead George Best has popped up after a brilliant run from Giggs to make it 2-0. Paul Scholes, nearly half time here. Scholes again. Down the line. Best coming inside this time. He plays it to Giggs beautifully. Oh, what composure. An excellent first touch from Giggs, and he manages to finish as well. Giggs and Best are absolutely brilliant down those flanks. Giggs plays it forward to Andy Cole, who's on off the bench. Now Edwards. Out wide to Byrne. Down the line for Giggs again. He's got players in the middle. Cole's in there as well. Charlton arriving, but over the bar. Carey plays it over to the middle. Keane to Charlton. Now Andy Cole. Ball cleared by Hippier. Ferdinand out wide to Carey. Now it's David Beckham on off the bench. He's in a good position, puts it in, but it easily taken by the keeper. Edwards inside to Charlton, outside to Beckham, who holds it in but has given it away. Now Dalglish can run on our defence. He's a dangerous player coming in on the area. It's Keegan in there. Dalglish and Keegan probably should have started together, but they've got the goal here between them. Kevin Keegan scoring against us. Just 2 goals in it now with 20 minutes left to play. Edwards to Charlton. Another goal here would probably kill it, but if Liverpool score, it's going to be a dangerous finish. Beckham waiting for the run and then doesn't use him. It's Keane hanging on to it. Finds Byrne out left. Down the line for Giggs. Brilliant position. He puts it in. Cole is in there. Controls it. Pulls it back to Edwards. Oh, and he should have scored. Mark Lawrenson is onto the pitch for Liverpool with about 8 minutes left. We're still 2 goals clear. Edwards out wide to Carey, great position there, but we go back central. Now it's Keane, forward to Charlton. Ball played in, Giggs in on goal. Oh, it's a good save. Keane, edge of the area, puts it across to Beckham. Oh, and he's managed to spin and find the top corner there, David Beckham, for 4-1. Still, Liverpool on the attack. It's Souness into Dalglish, and Schmeichel should have saved that one. That was not a good attempted save. 2 goals in it again, but probably too little time. We've had 25 shots in this game, which goes a long way to explaining why we are such a good team. Liverpool just haven't been able to keep up with us, and we really have done a number on them. It's another big win for us in the league, which might even extend our gap even further as we come on the attack once more. It's Giggs, 20 seconds left, trying to run through and create another chance. Carey to Edwards. Now Beckham inside looking for Giggs, but they do just clear it away. Carey winning the header, though. We are constantly in control of these games, and it is now 4-2. We're beating Liverpool as Manchester United. A very, very good performance from the team. Getting to that point where I can't really motivate them with team talks anymore. But we've got a Boxing Day fixture against Everton still to come. Bob Paisley not happy about being beaten, but we continue an 11-game unbeaten streak in the league. 7-point lead at the top of the table as well. 10 goals clear to add to that. And halfway through the season, this is a very, very nice position to be in, but I think we could be doing even better. Now, looking ahead, we've got games against Everton, Leicester and Leeds and Wigan, and then Forest in the League Cup semi-final. I might skip all of these games, and then we'll take on Arsenal and Spurs, and then we've got the Forest second leg, so I'm not quite sure how I'll do that. Maybe we'll go up and play the Arsenal game in the next episode and the Forest game in the episode after that, and then we can see where we are. But do drop a like on this video if you enjoyed those 2 high scoring wins. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see how the rest of this campaign does pan out. But until next time, see ya.